All right, you're live. Look at that. Hey, it's working. Okay, so this now is the official episode 27 of Yimbo Buys Everything. It is the top 10 of Yimbo's favorite toy buys of 2021. So for me, it was just a quick little switch from Opera to Chrome. It's working. I'm moving around nicely. So hopefully we get some people to show up in the chat. So this is awesome. It's working. I love when my stuff works. That's the best. Okay. So, number one. So I'm Yimbo. So welcome again if you're just discovering my channel. I would highly recommend following me on Instagram under Yimbo Reviews Everything. Again, welcome to the channel. I'm going to be talking about my top 10 buys of the year. So here we go. I just want to get going. I just want to jump right in. I don't know if Lazy Boy Sundays, I think they're taking a hiatus. I think Toy Talk took a hiatus. I might be the only guy talking toy. Well, in our little toy circle. Might be the only one, but we're here and we're doing it. So here we go. I just want to jump right in. Like, you know me. Let's get right to the toys, right? So I'm going to use my post to remind me. That's my notes for today. All right. So here we go. Drum roll, please. For my top 10, my number 10 buy of 2021. Now, first and foremost, you could see this is all basically purchased in the last year. So that is the bulk of everything. I have a lot of toys. I had a lot. This was impossible. This was a really, really hard thing to put together. But I want to have fun with it. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to make this top 10 list. I did it as big as I could. I did my baseball cord format, and I had a lot of fun with it. But it took some time to set up. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to get through this one list, and then hopefully I'll do a few more. So I really do like making top 10 lists. It's always fun at this time of the year. So I was thinking I would do maybe a Hasbro top 10. So this way it can be a combination of, the variety of, Marvel Legends and Star Wars, Black Series, and things like that. So I thought about a list of that. And then I thought about it doing just a whole combined, like, premium figures, which would be like the Mafex, Mezco, and Sentinel, and I have to throw in Sentinel. I only have Miles, but Miles didn't make this list, but it's definitely going to be on that one. I know, it's weird. But yeah, so I wanted to, I'm going to keep making lists because number one, they're fun to talk about with all of you guys. And then, we just opens it up to some debate and to see where we are with things. So hello, Drew, what's going on, man? Howdy, man. So I'm just starting at number 10. So this is the perfect time. Now, I was saying all of that, making multiple lists. Making multiple lists is just so I have an excuse to talk about more of my collection. Because as I said, narrowing it down to 10 was really hard. And then I took these 10 pictures, and then I started second guessing and debating, like, there's spots on my list, and then should I swap them out for something else? But then I'd have to set up the whole diorama thing again. So I'm accepting the fact that, you know what? I had my reasons for picking these. So I'm just going to go with my gut. So number 10 actually came in a 2-pack. It is the Colossus, the Marvel Legend from the Juggernaut 2-pack. And of course, I was going to grab Juggernaut, but he's on the table. I did my little Instagram preview with him because he's being used right now at the moment. Oh, my book's over there. All right. Sorry, I was trying to get him in focus, but here we go. So why did I pick him? Number one, I ordered this 2-pack from Big Bad Toy Store back in February, and I don't think this pack arrived until September. So it was like the wait for this. And like in the course of that, they had announced the Age of Apocalypse. I think it was like in June. And I was like, well, I'm going to buy that whole wave so I can make a Colossus because I never thought this would arrive. I just assumed eventually they were just going to be like, yeah, Hasbro's not making these anymore, so they're canceled. I'm so happy that he came in. Now, I could have put Juggernaut. I could have easily had Juggernaut in the 10th spot. Juggernaut is the nicer figure, just for the record. But this Colossus, I've never had a Peter before. I mean, I had an old Toy Biz one. It poses so well, very fluid. You can get really just awesome articulation and posing out of him. One of the guys on here that does a lot of hand poses is toy cinematography, and he just makes this Colossus figure look spectacular. So for a Colossus, I mean, like, again, you can argue about the placement. If you even, I love this figure. He comes with 2 fists. The Age of Apocalypse head with the bandana mask fits on this figure, which is another nice perk. And yeah, like I said, I think it was a combination of the weight, and he got put on. It could have easily been Juggernaut, because that Juggernaut is insanely awesome with his 2. He has the 2 heads, the mask that's broken that can come off. He's got open hands, fist hand, like everything, just a lot of plastic. So I went with Colossus, going with the hero, but either one of those, I love that 2-pack. So highly recommend it if you can still. I think you can. You know, like, I'm doing this for you guys, so I think you can. All right, number 9. Number 9 coming up is that. Here's my story behind this one. There's always a story. This is why I picked. This is why I went with these particular figures, because there's a little tale for each. So this came out. I bought this in, I want to say, July. So at the time, like, we were just seeing, and we still are only just really seeing, like, my sister and her family, and my sister-in-law and her family. So what was happening was, every weekend I would get to see my brother-in-law Mike, who's been on my show many times, and we would get to go on these GameStop runs, and we would first bring my nephew Mikey, and then Melly, finally, who's a little bit older, said, like, I could come, and we're like, yeah, you can. So we started taking her too. So it was like this cool little summer thing of looking for Uncle Jimmy toys, but going to GameStop, and it was a lot of cool. I miss it. I want to do it again. So I had such a bug for buying a premium figure, like the quote unquote, like, I wanted to get my hands on something. I was just jonesing, I was itching, I was jelly of all my friends like showing stuff off. So I first wanted to go to, and I'm not going to rehash this whole story, but Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, and that had failed. Like, that's where I was like, I'm going to get a Mezco today. And they were closed as a whole thing. I think it was Jay's birthday. So we've ended up recovering and going to this GameStop where they had, and this is my number 9 pick, the SH Figuarts, the Endgame Doctor Strange. Come on, focus up for me. Come on, there you go. He is very pretty. It's a handsome man. The eyes on mine are a little cross-eyed, so like, this one is definitely the right eye. I know it's flipped for you, but the right eye on his, definitely the paint is a little weird. But again, with perspective and angles, it doesn't really matter for my toy photography. Now, he's not my favorite SH Figuarts Avenger, but he did kick me off, like, on this path, and that's why I added him to the list, because when I cracked him open and realized it was this wired cape, that blew me away. I was astonished by that. It's also this really neat style cape. If you could see back here, see how it's actually in 2 different parts? So to get the levitation under here, there's this little, like, bar that pushes up. See, there you go. That's it. And then it gives it that little, like, billowing. It was just really cool. And he has the orange time effects. He has the orange magic effects. He has the green time magic effects, hand stuff. So many of the different, like, I was just started doing, like, lobster hands, but all these different hands. He comes with a magic sword, which is awesome. Comes with ribbon hands. Oh, it's a great figure. The Eye of Agamotto comes out. See that? And then you can put in the time effect piece, plugs in, that he's activating. It's just really cool. So it's not my favorite SHF figure, or it's not my favorite Figuarts figure. I'll just go with that, Avenger. But he inspired me to want to get more. So that's where then, like, the ball started rolling with, Captain America, the face-off one, and then I got the Endgame Thor, and they're all over here. There's a Loki. I got a Hulk. We have a Hulk. But there it is. So SH Figuarts, that's number 9 on Yimbo's favorite buys. I like him a lot. I'm a fan. Let me check it. Who's number 8? Let me just check real quick. This is a good one. Okay, honorable mention. I almost didn't go with this guy. I almost went with this figure in the 8th spot, and I even took her picture and everything. So I almost went with my comic Mezco Wonder Woman. I have been, gushing on Instagram whenever I post pictures of her. She is gorgeous. I love this figure. I'm not saying it's perfect. If you've ever had a Mezco before, as I like daintily, she's got the single jointed elbows, which aren't as bad on these because you get some nice, it's a little bit more than 90-degree rotation. I wish there was more of any kind of ab stuff. Like there's no articulation there at all. So like, that's like where something I wish the Mezco figures had, and then also this one particular head keeps popping off, but that's just a matter of like, I just need some glue. But I love this figure. I love this cape. I love this robe, but she's not number 8. She was almost number 8. And the reason I put her back and ended up not using her was because of some of those issues that I was just talking about. Like, I do wish the crunching was better. But I went with this guy, and I'm not showing you all this stuff because I've talked about him on my show. I've unboxed them before, but I'm a big fan. So number 8 is Mezco, another comic Mezco, another comic book Mezco creation. So this is the classic comic Aquaman. That's with his like swimming hair, yelling head. This comes off the shoulder strap, which is awesome because it can hold his trident. And the texture of this costume is different than anyone else that I have. I mean, it would look to be like the Black Panther if you've ever played around with like the Black Panther Mezco figure, but it has a very like vinyl plastic feel, but then not. I wish it blew me away, and that's where I'm having trouble putting the words to it because it is that kind of figure. Like when I took him out of the box and just the feel of him, this feels like a superhero outfit more so than any of the other ones. Maybe Black Panther is a close second, Moon Knight is a close third, but this was the one I felt this one. This is a superhero costume, like for real. Like this is crazy. So I love this figure. And then there's a story because of course there is. So I'm excited for 2022, first of all, on a side note, because I was getting a little nervous that I haven't been buying a lot of stuff lately. I've especially in the holiday season, a year of buying toys and being a super active collector made me amass a lot of stuff. So I kind of hit in November, like, okay, no, actually no buys October, actually all fall, let's be honest, but stuff still comes in. But I've been really good about like not actively buying. Like I was getting bad there for a minute. I know I was. So I was getting nervous. I was like, what am I going to talk about? I was trying to think of new ways to shift the stream and things like that. But there's just so much that I have to go over, and discussions like this are awesome. So getting back to that, one of the episodes for 2022 is a recap of my New York Comic Con trip with my brother-in-law, Mike. We had a blast. It was awesome. And that's why I was so close, because I had 2 really great stories. So this one I'll just throw out once again. Another amazing person and toy collector on Instagram is Lago Figs. So go check him out. His stash is the best. And he helped me acquire, I went with him to a comic book store down in Somerville when I picked this up. So that was a little fun story I thought about telling about again. But Lago Figs is great and definitely helped me get some of these Mezcos on my list. But this one is with my brother-in-law, Mike. So we went to New York City Comic Con. It was during our first lap that I came across this one store, comic book stand store, that had all of these Mezcos out. And I had the Aquaman. And it was a very, very, it was retail. It was like just about, like whatever I would have bought it from the Mezco site with their shipping. and I scooped them up because it was super early. It was still within the first like hour of it being open. And lo and behold, when I went by later on, there was other Mezco comic Aquaman out, but the price tag had gone up. So I was very pumped. I was very excited. But yeah, so because this reminds me of my trip with Mike, and he's the best, and I love him, and we had this, it was an awesome day. And now we're going to be doing that like every year, and I'm super fired up about it. So we still have that episode coming up in January of 2022, because like there was a lot of cool stuff. It's not like the freshest in our mind now, but I have pictures and some videos. We're moving on. We're moving on. All right. So number 7. Again, all of these guys you've seen before. So that's why I didn't go nuts, like getting all my tackle boxes out and accessories. Like you've seen these people and I've talked about them. Or I mean, I posted. So you know what's coming if you follow me. All right. So number 7. I told you Doctor Strange was not my favorite figure arts. And it was a close one. It was very close. But I had to give the nod. It was either between SH Figure Arts Hulk, the Battle of New York Hulk. I love that guy, and I love I've taken so many fun. Like, he's my definitive Hulk now. So it was between Hulk and Spidey. So I went Spidey because I love Spider-Man. And this figure has been so cool. And check those hands out. I left those hands on. It's not that he's handcuffed. You know, he's not handcuffed. And no, I still haven't seen No Way Home yet. I'm going to go see it Tuesday morning. So I don't know if he's been in handcuffs, but I'm just saying it's not. He comes with, and I think it's the only Spider-Man figure so far that has this. Check this out. It's a web swinging, like dual hand web swinging. Look at that. I love this so much. I've used it a couple of times so far. I just used it recently, having him hang with the web heads. Custom webs. I love, man, it's great. So I wanted a Spidey from every major brand. Obviously I have the most in Hasbro Legends. This is my one Figure Arts Spidey. I have a couple of versions of, some Mafex ones, which we'll actually talk about. But the Figure Arts is really cool. I'm not crazy about this like weird design at the hips, but it does the job, like the little thongy thing. I don't know how else to describe it for real, But the articulation's great. In this figure, now, you're not going to be able to see it, but actually here, I'll just pop. See, one hand off. How cool is that? For real. That's so cool. But it has a bicep swivel. And I think the new Figure Arts movie Deadpool does too. So I can do anything with this guy. This is why I've been using him a lot lately, because I can get incredibly dynamic poses from this figure. And he's just been more fun to play and pose with. Well, because of the movie. I love Tom Holland. But I was going to say even more than like my knockoff, like comic Spidey, my Mafex. He's been my go-to. And, again, No Way Home, MCU, I'm all fired up for that. But this is a very cool figure. He has, obviously, the spider arms. Now, I'm going to give you a little complaint, a little heads up. So he comes with a stand with the peg in the back, which is really great. I've been trying, like, that's another reason I've been using him. It makes editing the stands out incredibly easy. So I've been using him a lot. But this peg that it comes with enlarged the hole. So now the peg with the spider iron arms falls out. It's so goofy. That's so silly. But I do have, and I've talked about it before, the Kiki loose joints fix. If I'm just going to put a little bit of that on the dot, like on the little peg, and that does actually dry and thicken the peg, and then it will stay in there. So I just have to do it. I just haven't done it yet. Hey, No Chewing's in here. What's going on, man? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that fun stuff, whatever you celebrate, my man. So thanks for popping in. I'm going through my top 10. I have a story for all of these figures because, of course, I do. So I was just saying, my number 7 pick is the second Figure Arts on it. I know you just got your first Figure Arts, right? Your first one, I think, was a White Ranger from Toy Father. So I like the Figure Arts line, and this has been my go-to Spidey lately. But I'm very, very much big into him. So I have, like I said, I have a couple Mafex ones. I have the Figure Arts now. And Mezco, I know, not going to get quite as dynamic of posing because of the cloth and the outfit and the stretchy whatever. But I do have a Mezco Spider-Man pre-ordered. I don't know when I'm going to ever see him, but it's the Spider-Man 2099. Because like I said, I wanted one from each major line. And that one, I love Miguel. I love that costume. So, I'm still going to get the Retro Legends one because this is what we do, right? We get multiples. So anyway, that's number 7, folks. So there we go. Figure Art Spidey. Awesome. Number 6. Oh, this is one that could have been easily number 1. This could have easily been number 2. I could have made it 3. I can't believe this figure ended up at 6. And like I said, he's one of the ones that I'm like, really? Did I put him at 6? Like, really? But I'm not going to worry about it because who has the time to go and edit new numbers onto posts? So I'm silly and lazy. But it's not lazy. Twin Dad. That's my excuse. Number 6. So this is the figure that I mentioned at the top of the show. I ordered on January 6th. He started it off for real. Well, pause. Let's see. In December, I ordered the Sentinel Miles Morales from GameStop. I think it was like December 13th. That date was in my brain because I looked at that order for so many months before he arrived. I think it was December, and he arrived in July for everybody, I think. So technically, that was my first premium figure, but I didn't know. He just looked awesome. I knew nothing about Sentinel. I knew nothing about any of this stuff. Again, I was just swimming in the toy community void of Instagram. So I just would see what people were probably I didn't have any connections with anybody. So I'm just looking at all these accounts, becoming fans of all these people and their work. And I'd see things like Mafex and Mayfex. What's Mayfex? Hashtag Mayfex. So while Sentinel Miles is technically my first, this is the first premium figure that I bought and arrived in hand. I do recommend. I think I made a pretty entertaining unboxing video. So if you'd like to go back on my channel at some point after this stream, I have some cool stuff, I think. Mayfex, or the Mafex, Hush Batman. So that is my number 6. And like I said, this guy could have been number 1. I don't know what I'm thinking, making him number 6. I love this figure, but here we go. So more to the story. Things that I'm not crazy about. All right. Now, first of all, blown away. I handled him, and you'll hear in the unboxing, I thought he would fall apart. I thought it was glass. This is apparently where, Mafex's QC problems started getting better. Again, not consistently across every line and every figure, but, he's great. I've never felt afraid of, I don't handle him rough, but I've never felt afraid of breaking him or doing anything. So he's got I love the look. I just can't tell you what it is. It's the posing. I mean, again, I love the posing. I love it. It's some stuff just doesn't look natural. Now, this is just a quick me twisting them around. But I think that I've always had a little bit of an issue with his, how the body looks. Just, I'm complaining. I'm nitpicking. I love this figure. And like I said, he's going down in my personal Hall of Fame as my first ever premium Mayfex, premium figure of all the times. There's no other one. This is it. This is the first one that was in hand that I just spent a lot of money on this action figure. And then I saw him and getting to do this. I was the kid with the superpowers Batman and Superman going whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. My kids do it now, and it makes me so proud. But look, the fact that the cape can stay out, this is all the stuff, again, 5-year-old me, this is all the stuff my dreams were made of. So my complaints are nominal. It does not have the drop-down joints like the Mafex Dark Knight version 3. I really like that one a lot too. And again, that could have been interchanged. I stuck with one Batman representation, and because of the sentimental value, and I've taken bangers. I mean, everybody's got to like their own stuff, right? I've taken pictures I'm very proud of with this Batman. But like I said, it's just when the cape's all flailed out, there's stuff about his body that just bothers me a little bit. It holds it back from being that top figure. The other little annoyances, like, and again, I don't know if this is something I noticed after the fact, but like, like the wire, I don't know if that's just because of all the posing I've done with him. Like you can start seeing the wire under there. So like I've tried to push that stuff back in. It's not a big deal at all. It's fine. Like nothing's I think it's actually always been there, to be perfectly honest. I just don't think I noticed until I was trying to get really crazy with posing the cape. And this cape, it's a love it or hate it thing, and I've literally done the love it and the hate it because it is massive. It is massive. Like his feet are up in there. Like whoop. Where is it? Where's his feet? Oh my goodness. Like it is such a big cape that it wows you. And I just I was floored. Like this is an action figure. This is what I've been missing out on. This is what all the other guys are shooting. But then it's also really, really big for like everything. I actually really like a lot the Dark Knight Batman, quite a bit actually. So that cape is smaller than this one, but I feel like it's a little bit lighter. It's a thinner quality, I think, and it doesn't have like this has two other little smaller wires also that run down the middle as well as the sides. So man, I just love it, and I'm getting sad because I'm looking over here and I'm like, what am I looking at here? Did I hurt it? Did I hurt you? Did I hurt you, Bruce? Like I'm looking right here. I don't know where that came from. I think it's okay. Nothing's moving on it. Yeah, nothing's moving on it. This is like just toy collector OCD kicking in right in front of you. All right, so the Mafex Hush Batman. It's a beautiful figure. You're not going to be upset if you get them. I know my buddy Pat the Collector is waiting on that Batman and I think the Joker. Or did he get the Superman? I can't remember, but I know that Batman's coming. He's going to love it. And if you end up getting it, you will love it too. It is awesome. Like I said, I just wanted you to be aware that there are those things that you will notice that just it just holds you back from that like perfect figure feeling, which do we ever get that? Did we ever get it? I'm not sure. Hey, Green Geek is here. What's going on, my man? My boy Zach. The cape is a character. It's so true. I'm telling you, that wired cape is a beast unto itself. When I've really forced myself to take those dynamic poses, I took one over the summer. I did like a Batman versus Apocalypse type of thing. And it's a whole nother thing to sweep around and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's just really cool. I took a picture of that figure that I haven't posted yet, but I'll just tell you about it because it's on my camera roll. I have to still edit. But Target canceled my year 2 Batman McFarlane, which again, I wasn't upset about because I don't like McFarlane figures on the whole. Sorry, everybody. I know. And I wanted it because that cool cape. And then it came with the fabric cape. And I was like, I'll give him another shot. And then Target canceled it on me. And I didn't make me upset because I was able to shoot that pose with the Hush Mafex Batman. So I have one coming up with my Commissioner Gordon. And it is basically like, oh, yeah, the Target and McFarlane. You guys think you're all hot. Well, here you go. So you can literally do that year 2 Batman, that whole look. It's so cool. It's so, again, I can't believe it's 6. And like, this is where like I could have moved, juggled some stuff around, but I didn't because again, that would have meant having to redo edits. And I didn't want to. This is all for fun. So number 5, that's my number. That's my baseball number. Number 5 is a Deadpool, but not the one that you're thinking of. And I meant to have him in my hand too, but he was still part of my set from my Instagram preview. It could have easily been the movie Marvel Legends Deadpool, and it could have been the Marvel Legends Deadpool from the dirty one that my boy Dan, I basically just gave it to him so he can participate in Who Gets Pulled every week. But yeah, like, I love that movie figure. I love that figure enough where I'm not going to buy the Figuarts movie figure. At least I'm saying that now. That's why I keep telling myself I'm not going to get the Figuarts one. But who I actually put on the list might surprise you, but it's because of the story behind it. It's the Deadpool, the Marvel Legends from the Juggernaut wave. So this guy came with a ton of like machine guns. He had the guns, Uzis. He had the bazooka with the boxing glove. He came with the taco. Came with the scarred up head with the glowing eyes. This figure is incredible. It's kind of interesting though, because look, he's kind of hollowed out. It's very interesting to see when you, I don't know, just like getting legends that are not from 2021 and seeing like decisions they made. Like this chest is straight up like hollowed out. It's very interesting, and it clicks. Well, all right, he doesn't want to click for me now. Maybe there's the click. Right? It's like interesting stuff. So it's just, you can see the difference in manufacturing. It's kind of cool. But the reason I'm putting this guy on is, number one, I bought him on a toy hunt with, speaking of my neighbor Dan, the Captain 1134 on Instagram. We were going on a toy hunt, went to a few different comic book stores. So just that day, it was just a fun day of, it was a fun bro day, fun bromancing in the comic book stores. And this was in the local place. I think it was Fat Moose Comics that I found him. And I think he was 30. He was either 20 or 30. And he opened up this whole new world of pooling to my comic book characters. Because really, like, I mean, even though I would use him, and then I would end up using one of my other Deadpools, who's also on the list, for more of the comic book stuff. So, I like to try to keep MCU figures MCU, and then comic book figures comic books. Not that it doesn't always work out that way, but I try. So just when I getting this figure, this became like, this is my like, this is Deadpool that gets to mess people up. This is the fighter. This is just for every cool action sequence I can think of now. And then I've used them for fun too. Like I did a little Christmas shop for this version was sitting on Colossus's lap. Because again, it kind of blended better. So that's why this particular one is on the list and not the movie Legends, although they could have been swapped out. I do love both of them. Whoever you can get your hands on. Just make sure you get the one from the Juggernaut wave because it comes with all of the stuff. I know that there's another one from, is it the Sabretooth, that just comes with swords, so it's the same kind of look. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Thank you to. Thank you to my friend Paul there, trying to moderate the YouTube live chat. I appreciate that, my man. All right, so here we go. So that was number 5, and keeping with the theme of pooling, another one of my favorite purchases this year of collecting was the Deadpool and Hitmonkey 2-pack. I love everything about this set. I'm going to, again, recommend the Hitmonkey show on Hulu if you haven't checked it out yet. I haven't finished it, but I'm a few episodes in, 2 or 3. It is very cool. But there they are, highly detailed. Come on, let's get in focus there. Hitmonkey. There we go. A lot of great articulation, actually. And he's got the drumstick that I made out of toothpicks because that's like when I use him, it's been more in a band setting than fighting. But I'm going to bust him out. And then I just actually, this is Yimbo Buys Everything. One thing did arrive for me 2 days ago, which was the Fortnite, one of the arcade cabinets. It's just really cool. I wanted that arcade cabinet, and it comes with accessories. So that's one of the guns from it, and it looks really awesome, that Uzi. Here, let's see if we get some detail. So that's a Fortnite gun. But here's the fun part of this 2-pack. It comes with so much stuff. It came with the Deadpool, like Captain America shield. Came with, 2 gray Uzis for Hitmonkey that actually work really well with Sam's Falcon. Like, those are actually more guns for him. So I've given Sam those guns. two red, because he's always got the katanas, two red handled katanas. I've used them with the Death Dealer because they are so detailed. Again, detailed like this one. Let's see if I can get the detail going. Yeah, there we go. Some paint in there, detail. Well, on the Hit Monkey 2-pack, it's a red handle with that detail. It's really nice. So comes with a lot of stuff. Like, it's the accessories and the multiple heads. He comes with another scarred up head. My favorite one is the one where the mask is pulled up and he's smiling. I use that almost every week because it's fantastic. So if you're a Deadpool lover, like I am, like, it comes with so much Deadpool stuff. And then you get the sick. I love this. I love this suit, Deadpool. I haven't used it as much in terms of like throwing other heads on it. I did once for myself and my wife when we went to a wedding this summer. But other than that, I just keep him like this. And when the opportunity calls, I use him. He's so great. So I really enjoyed this 2-pack. And again, for the fact that just the pure amount of accessories that I've been able to use in toy pictures for months upon months upon months, like, it's so worth it. So if you can get them, I think I bought it retail probably for $40 or so. If you can get it for less than 40, like, jump on it like Captain America on land on a grenade. Got to jump on that. So that's number 4. So Deadpool back to back. Like I said, I could have easily switched around any of these pieces at this point because these are just some of my favorite figures of the year. And moving on to number 3. So here we go. Top 3. And again, you already know what's coming if you follow me on Instagram. But for my third pick, and I kept it simple with the accessories. Again, I just grabbed these guys just like I do normally, right off the shelf in whatever the last pose was. So number 3 for me is Mezco Vapor. The little blue guy. He is the best. He's my pride and joy. I love this little guy so much. And when I tell you, I never thought I'd own him. When I saw the release, I rolled my eyes. I'm like, there was nothing in me that wanted him. And then, again, friends in the toy community, I started seeing their pictures as he started rolling in. And just like the Holiday Gomez, I'm like, man, I wish I got him. And fortunately, I mentioned his name before, but Lago Figs. He's part of Chat Migos, which is on YouTube. So that's another, if you for toy content, hearing awesome dudes talking about action figures, Chat Migos and Toy Migos. So he's all part of that network. So yeah, Lago Figs, my friend Dave. So had this Vapor, decided to part with it, and I was able to, pick him up. And I'm just so happy. I've used him for so much stuff. Most specifically, you'll know, at least in my account, he's also the referee for any of my wrestling pictures. But he's just the best. He comes with 4 heads, and they're all so expressive. And it is like a take it or leave it. Like, there are a lot of you out there that probably see me post these pictures and roll your eyes and go, bleh, like, who cares? When you get him in your hands and you start dressing him up and playing around, like, he's fantastic. And he won me over. And I did not get the burner edition, which it would have been fun in terms of doing twin type stuff. But Mezco McSwain, all right, in the toy community, one of our friends, yeah, he has them both. So I'm just looking forward to seeing all the goofiness that he comes out with his twin set of Vapors. All right, let's see. Oh, Green, I'm telling you, dude, you got to get that Deadpool Hit Monkey. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. All right, we're wrapping up. So my Vapor, he could have easily been one based on the amount that I've used him. I think I take at least one picture of him weekly because I love him that much. But the top the top 2 go to 2 of my favorite characters of all the times. And it was really, really close. My number 2. Childhood hero, childhood favorite. Can't believe it's still not number 1, but I went in terms of usage, And I've taken a lot of pictures with this guy, but not quite as much as one. So here we go. Number 2, my Christopher Reeve Mezco Superman. Oh, he's your child. Like, this is my childhood in my hand right here. Like, when you take him out, that's the vibe you get. It's a mini hot toy. You know, like a lot of these Mezcos get that feeling. This is one of those that feels this way. His outfit too, very different from the Aquaman. Like I said, Aquaman, his outfit feels like an actual superhero costume, like that I would pull up and start getting going. This Superman costume feels like it was from the movie set. It's the coolest thing in the world. I hope that it's not meant to be an insult. Like, it's meant to be like, obviously this is not a real Kryptonian. So someone had to make Christopher Reeves that costume. It feels like how that costume would look or feel in your hands. The closest I've ever it was at a Smithsonian on like an 8th grade field trip one year, and they had the suit up behind the glass. That was the closest I came to it until I got this figure. And as No Chewing says, the Superman's a beauty. He's available still from their website. Like, last I checked, maybe like a week ago. If he tickles the nostalgia keys in your heart, I can't stress enough to pick this guy up. He's preventing me now. Owning this one is preventing me from getting that new like Starro comic Superman, because the outfits are so similar, and it would be cool to swap the heads and get those accessories. But this is what we have to do. I don't have infinite money, so I do have to make choices. So I'm sticking with him. I'm sticking with it. I'm telling you, when it comes to Mezco, I am just trying to piece together my weird little Justice League. I'm getting there. I still need a Batman. That Justice League Snyder set is looking like it's going to be mine, but when are they coming out, right? But anyway, number 2 on my list is Mezco Superman. If you're like me, I'm telling you, save for him, budget for him. Let me just stand him up real quick. There we go. He's worth it. He's a thing of beauty, and I do want to use him more. Like, I do have to use him more, because it's like a hat. I have to use. I see him and I go, I have to shoot him. So that's how good he is. And now, I promise I have rhythm. I'm just not a drummer. I was a clarinetist and a pianist growing up. So I'm not a drummer. Anyway, here we go. I don't have to look. I don't know why I'm looking at my top one, because I know I don't have to check myself. Drum roll. Oh, see, that's my boy Gaming with Fox. Yeah, you would be my drum roll guy. That's why I go to you. All right. So drum roll, everyone. Here we go. Thank you. Oh, all right. So before I do the comment, so let me just read Paul's. He'll record a drum roll sound for you. All right. I appreciate it. Dude, I think I still have one of you doing it. Oh, No Chewing played the clarinet. Yes. I was all the way until my sophomore year of college. I was in the pep band at Seton Hall. So I was a long-term 4th grade to sophomore in college. That was me, man. All right. So my number 1 figure of 2021. This was the second premium figure that I purchased. Technically the 3rd based on the story. So technically I spent my money on Sentinel Miles, then Mafex Hush Batman, and then Mafex Peter B. Parker Spider-Man. I will tell you once again, if you loved Spider-Verse, get this figure. If you love taking toy photography pictures, get this figure. The reason he was my number 2, and I mean, my second buy, was because of, here's my story now. So it's because of this. That little belly. That little belly right there, which is not, like, they didn't give him the movie dad bod, but that's still a belly. Because check this out. Here. That's the ideal Spider-Man abdomen core. There you go. And you see Peter B. Parker's got himself a pooch. And guess what? Representation matters. So as an almost 39-year-old dad who can't work out like he used to and has his little pouchy pooch. This is my hero. This is also why I bought Endgame Thor. I like to see middle-aged guys that don't have it all together in my superheroes every once in a while. It's nice. Can you imagine? So I absolutely love this figure. It is 3 figures in one. You have this version. I can throw the jacket on him and get that version. I can get the one I can put where he's got the different shoes. And then he has 2 Spider-Man heads. So the open eyes and then the squinty, like I'm about to punch you eyes. It's 3 action figures. You get 3 different unique looks from this guy. You get the awesome cloth good jacket, which I love. That's currently on my little kit bashed Yimbo action figure. I love the sweatpants. He's just phenomenal. This is such a beautiful figure. Now, even as my top figure, I have to give you the warnings. Number 1, I had a QC issue with this elbow where it catches. It stops. Now, if I try to push too much, it will. Oh, there. See? There's my QC issue. Now, this is not broken, and Big Bad Toy Store, I've spoken about, I've told this story before, was fantastic when this first issue, because it was that popped off, and I lost a couple buttons on the jacket. They let me keep this one, and then they just mailed me a new one. So I have a replacement new in box that I am just kind of keeping in the box, because I also have the Mafex Miles, and I haven't opened him yet either. I was going to make my ultimate Miles Morales, combining like the cloth goods of that figure with the Sentinel figure. But now that I have these 2 unopened Mafex guys, I'm just going to kind of let them chill. And then if I ever need, because like right now I'm not going to try to mess around with it now. I can get this back on without problem. So that's what's nice. If I ever need to open up, because I won't sell it. I need one of these in my life for all time. I love this figure. I love him. I actually do appreciate that they didn't go full dad belly on it, because, like I said, it works really well as a Spider-Man figure. Like just so well. So now I know that looks so sad with his missing arm. That looks so sad. But yeah, I could get that back on there. But anyway, so the little QC issues, but this one much better overall. This was actually due to an actual error on over in here. Let's see if you can kind of see. Again, just in case you don't know what you're getting with these figures, there was a little piece that was catching. You can kind of see. Kind of. I'm not going to waste your time. But there's this little piece of plastic that's just bent down into it, and that's what keeps catching it, and it was not supposed to be there. So there is always, with Mafex figures, you're going to have to handle them delicately. These are all like adult collectors. Don't go into your kids type of situations. Don't handle them rough like Marvel Legends. But yeah, like, I love it. I love it. I wish he had the drop down hip joints. I know some people, I see that some people like them and some people don't. I happen to like them. Again, I feel like it gets me the dynamic posing, but you can with this one too. Like here, if I pull his pants down a little bit, you can see what I was talking about here. God, it's just such a great figure. The feet pop off this way. See, the feet pop off. Bloop. Nice. Take his pants off. These legs. See, this is what comes off of that. This is how you can get this whole look. So he has the costume shins. But here, just to show you over here. This is what I was talking about. On the Batman, it drops down and it just makes it a little bit smoother, but as you can see, it doesn't hinder posability whatsoever. You can really get nuts. And that's what it's talking about, So Green, like, I just saw, Green Geek, not to out you, but I know you got your first premium figure, so I'm very excited for you. But yeah, this is why, like, you go for, if you want the truly crazy posing, then I would recommend Mafex, because the posing is just insane compared to my Mezco stuff. Mezco's for the look. I like the textured look of Mezco outfits, and like in their head sculpts are beautiful. So, it all depends on what you like. I like it. I like a little bit of everything, which I think is very clear from my from my top 10 list. I like it all, baby. I like it all. I love toys. They're the best. They make me laugh. Midnight Stars, what's going on? Oh, how are you, Dave? I just wrapped up my explanations of my top 10 favorite buys. So I don't think this is not a 2021 figure, but he's new to me in 2021. So that's why this is just the ones that gave me a lot of satisfaction. My top figure of the year is this Peter B. Parker Mafex, because like I've been saying, 3 figures in one. All right, Green Geek. I think the Sentinel Peter was a little bare as far as accessories compared to the Mafex. Yes. I am waiting on that one too. What is it? Why do we do this to ourselves? Like, I couldn't not, like, if I have the Sentinel Miles, that's what my head told me. I was like, okay, I have the Sentinel Miles. That means I'm going to really like the Sentinel Pete because I like the figure and I like the joints and the movement and the posing. So, yeah, I have that one coming too. So he might very well oust as my favorite Peter B, because that's another one that comes with the different heads. And I think it could be, the Peter B. Parker. It could be the Peter Parker. So I'm just Spider-Man. I have to get all the Spideys because that's how I do it. I can't get everybody else. So I have to pick. So Spidey's a guy that I will get all of them, or almost all of them, not all of them, but almost all of them. So yeah, I'm very fired up for that Sentinel figure. I was very sad when Amazon delayed him because now it's like one of those indefinite delays. But I will be excited because, like whenever he arrives, I'll be pumped. Because at least I have this guy. And he's awesome. He's the best. He's the best. So that's it. So that's my top 10 list, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me. This has been fun. I didn't rush out, I didn't cut things short today because I think I was the only game in town in terms of our small toy circles that were doing shows. So I just kind of rolled with it. I really appreciate you guys showing up and spending your Sunday night with me. This has been great. I love talking about toys. And I can't wait to see what 2022 brings because it's going to be a different type of year of collecting and shooting. And I don't know. I feel like the fall was a nice adjustment period. Well, I shouldn't say nice. The fall was an adjustment period for all of us coming, from a lockdown from this hobby to now juggling it with like a open world, but with COVID protocols, it was a lot. I feel like I would always see this, stressed down stuff, but I'm telling you, as long as we keep our motivation pure and we just want to actively help each other and raise each other up, that's what we need to keep doing. Raise the profile of the whole toy community, help each other out. There's enough space for all of us. That's the whole thing, guys. There's no, we're taking pictures of action figures. It's the coolest thing. I can't stress it enough. I'm sure that would be a whole episode. I would love to know other stories of people that, like you told them, like, this is a thing that I do. And then what their reactions were. I'm telling you, every single person I've shown and explained this to, they're hesitant. And then they go, oh, like, that's incredible. I know. We all know this. This is our secret. But it's not a secret. We're trying to get that word out there. So just keep raising everybody up, lifting everybody out, This is the time of the show where my tongue stops working, apparently. See, this is why I try to keep it to 45 minutes. As soon as I cross over, stuff stops. Dave, Midnight Stars Custom, thank you so much for coming tonight. Really appreciate your support. All of you guys, again, thank you so much. So that's about it. I think I'm going to sign off. I am very excited. I'm going to do another show I think I'll be doing it next Sunday. Yeah, that's my plan. Is that silly? New Year's Day? Is that New Year's Day? Let's see. This week, I might just do some more lives like during the week. I'm going to, be respectful of the time slots. But I think I'm just going to hop in and try to record some new stuff. Maybe some more of those other lists. Because like I said, I want to do a Hasbro list, top 10. So this way it encompasses all of their toy lines. And then I want to do... I'm probably just going to do, if it's the Hasbro one, and then maybe like just a premium in general. I could do a top 10 on the Mezco figures I bought this year alone, but How many lists do you want out of me? I don't know. So I'm just going to try to crank some stuff out this week and have some more fun talking about this. So hopefully you guys can join me at different points. Maybe no chewing. You can let us know in the chat if you and Toy Father are doing What's in the Box over at the Toy Talk for You, the Toy Talk YouTube channel. Again, everybody, smash that like button, comments, try to get the word out, because again, I will use my platform to sing your praises. So let's try to, raise the profiles of like the Hasbro's Network and Toy Talk and Lazy Boys and the YTG Pick Bar. So these are just, some of all my friends on there. Midnight Stars, again. Have a great evening, buddy. Yeah, Happy New Year. I'm just dragging this out because I'm having so much fun. I opened so many new toys. So that's what I'm talking about. Oh. All right. This is where it's coming off of the wheels. Thank you, gentlemen. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for checking it out. Whether you're here with me live or you're watching after the fact. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope I gave you something to distract yourself listening to me ramble about some toys. So I hope you appreciate. Let me know what your top 10 lists were in the comments. You can reach out to me on Instagram or on YouTube. Let me know your top 10. Let me know which ones you agree or disagree with, because that's what it's all about, right? Sharing of ideas. So have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday evening. That's it. Wednesday at 8 o'clock, you'll be able to check out No Chewing with Toy Father on What's in the Box over on the Toy Talk channel. So go check them out. And just, again, ring the bell, hit the little bell, because this way, if I surprise you with some lives during the week, you'll be notified. And then maybe you can join me. All right? So have a wonderful, wonderful night. I have sweat through my shirt, so I'm glad I didn't put on a holiday sweater for this one. Have a great night, everybody. Peace out. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. If to all, you're celebrating or not, just hopefully you have a one. I'm just losing it now. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. See you later. Bye.